SZA has always had a way of making her fans feel like they're getting a glimpse into something personal, something unfiltered and real. So when she took to Instagram recently and casually dropped a bombshell about her connection to underground rap cult favorite Lucki, the internet didn't just scroll past. It paused. It clicked. It questioned. And most importantly, it listened. Fun fact: me and Lucki lived in the same house briefly, SZA wrote, posting a candid story with a hint of pride that spoke volumes. So proud of him. Short, sweet, but enough to ignite curiosity among fans of both artists. Two of music's most emotionally raw, stylistically unique voices, somehow coexisting under the same roof at one point? That's more than just a fun fact. That's a chapter of hip-hop history that no one saw coming. Welcome to celebrity rap life, where the red carpets never roll up and the spotlight never fades. The rewards are legendary. Because in celebrity rap life, every downfall can become a comeback, and every headline tells a deeper story. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next. For those who don't know, Lucki isn't your typical rap star. He's a genre-bending poet of the Pain era, a Chicago native who's carved out his own lane far away from the mainstream spotlight. His music isn't designed for the radio. It's made for the headphones of insomniacs and wanderers. And SZA, she's the definitive voice of this generation's R/B misfits, unapologetic, complex, brutally honest. The fact that these two live together, even briefly, reframes how we see them. It suggests a past that intersects in ways we never imagined, two stars quietly orbiting the same universe before they exploded into their own galaxies. There's something quietly cinematic about the image. Imagine it, a modest house somewhere, maybe in Los Angeles, maybe even earlier in their respective journeys. One room, SZA's voice floating softly over a beat. In another, Lucki scribbling bars while dealing with the weight of the world on his shoulders. There's no clout, no Grammys, no arena tours. Just two artists trying to find themselves. And somehow, in that shared space, two of the most emotionally resonant voices in today's music crossed paths without fanfare. This revelation from SZA isn't just nostalgia. It speaks to the strange and beautiful ways that creativity moves. The music industry often feels like a machine, but at its heart, it's still built on real connections, real people, real shared moments. SZA and Lucki represent different sides of the emotional spectrum. SZA's introspection bleeds into longing, romance, and self-awareness. Lucki's lyrics are darker, focused on isolation, addiction, and internal wars. But both artists have built cult followings for the same reason. They make their listeners feel seen. And maybe, just maybe, that's rooted in the fact that they've both walked through the same kinds of storms. Not only creatively, but literally under the same roof. It also reframes what we think we know about the journey of artists. Fans often imagine that the rise to fame is linear, that it's a solo mission. But what if the most powerful music being made today came from 1,000 invisible connections like this one? A shared couch. A late-night conversation. A verse someone left unfinished. These things don't get posted to Instagram until years later, if at all, but they matter. They shape sound. They shape people. SZA's shout-out wasn't part of some press run or label stunt. It felt like a genuine moment of recognition, one artist looking at another and saying, "I see you. I remember where we started. And I'm proud." In a world where the music industry is so often fueled by competition, by first-week numbers and streaming stats, this kind of vulnerability stands out. It reminds fans that behind the platinum plaques are people with real histories, some of which overlap in surprising ways. And let's talk about timing. Lucki has been steadily rising, project by project, without compromising his voice. His music doesn't sound like anyone else's, and he refuses to chase trends. It's moody, heavy, sometimes even difficult. But that's the point. It's real. And to see SZA, someone who could easily stay within the safe boundaries of industry cool, give him that nod? That's a signal. It's a way of saying that authenticity is still the most powerful currency. It also raises bigger questions. How many other stories like this are hiding just beneath the surface? How many of your favorite artists brushed shoulders before they made it? How many verses were inspired by a moment, a feeling, a person from those early days? Hip-hop and R/B are full of unsung connections, small threads that, if tugged, unravel beautiful histories. This is one of them. Fans quickly took to social media to celebrate the moment. Some were surprised. Others weren't. "This makes so much sense," one user wrote. "They're both in their own worlds, but they're real as hell." Another commented, "No wonder they both make music that hits your soul in the middle of the night." And it's true. Whether SZA's detailing the blurry edges of self-love or Lucki's whispering verses about feeling alone in a crowd, both artists understand how to bleed into the mic. That kind of understanding isn't accidental. Maybe it's a result of shared experience. Maybe they both learned how to sit with pain, how to process it, how to create something beautiful from it, even if they were doing it in separate rooms of the same house. This moment also feels like a full-circle reflection. SZA isn't just congratulating a peer. She's looking back at where they both started and acknowledging the distance they've traveled. It's rare to see that kind of humility and humanity in an industry so focused on the now. But that's what makes this story so compelling. It reminds fans that the journey matters just as much as the destination. That the people who believed in themselves when nobody else did, the ones who created from discomfort, from doubt, from obscurity, often shared spaces that the world never knew existed. So what does this mean for the future? For starters, fans are already begging for a collaboration. Imagine SZA and Lucki on the same track, a dreamy melancholic anthem about growth and ghosts, about memory and survival. Their voices wouldn't just complement each other, they'd expand the emotional palette of music as we know it. And while there's no confirmation that a collab is in the works, the shout-out has definitely lit the match. But even if they never record a song together, the moment still matters. It's a reminder that real recognizes real. That the path to artistry isn't a straight line, it's a series of strange coincidences, of intersections, of long nights and short victories. It's houses full of people trying to make sense of the world through melody and verse. It's connections like this one, small, powerful, and deeply human. SZA and Lucki might be household names now, or at least cult heroes. But once upon a time, they were just two people living under the same roof, likely trying to figure it all out. That image, that quiet, almost sacred past, makes the music feel even more powerful. It roots it in something real. In the end, SZA's story didn't need to be flashy to resonate. It was just a moment of truth, a quick detour into history that revealed a bigger picture. A reminder that success doesn't erase the past. And that sometimes, the people you shared space with during your come-up deserve their flowers too. Because one day, when the lights are bright and the crowd is loud, those shared memories are what keep you grounded. And for the fans, they give the music deeper meaning. So next time you stream a Lucki track, or lose yourself in the emotional gravity of a SZA verse, think about that house. Think about the nights before the fame, when the music was all that mattered. And think about how, even then, their stories were quietly intertwining, waiting to be told. This story is far from over, and the truth is still unfolding. I want to hear what you think. Drop your take in the comments. And if you don't want to miss the next twist, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next.